Coachella is still buzzing from a surprise celebrity appearance, but on the festival's first weekend, it wasn't Lady Gaga or Green Day that broke the internet. It wasn't even a musical act. It was 83-year-old Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders.
The future of what happens to America is dependent upon your generation. Now, you can turn away and you can ignore what goes on, but if you do that, you do it at your own peril.
Sanders addressed thousands of screaming fans, many of them a quarter of his age, and we want to bring in ABC News political director Avery Harper to talk about this. Avery, this comes at a pivotal moment for the Democratic Party, trying to find its footing after 2024. Why does Bernie Sanders make this stop at Coachella?
Well, listen, he is someone who has long appealed to young progressives, and I think a part of that is really the issues that he likes to speak about. In that, those remarks that he made from the stage at Coachella, he talked about climate change, reproductive rights. He talked about ending the war in Gaza, and for young progressives, those are issues that are very important. I also think that, you know, and I look back at the way that he ran for president back in 2020, he often would, along the campaign trail, not only speak about political messages, but he would also have a musical guest join him. So I think the venue in itself, him going to a place where you don't see many lawmakers come and speak, that also helps bring voters into his tent.
And Avery, what does it say to you about the grassroots support in the Democratic Party and how it positions Sanders going forward?
Well, listen, I think it's a little early to tell whether these sorts of moments of outreach are going to have an impact as we look toward midterms. I think the question is, how does something like this, turn into activism on the part of some of these young voters? I think that, his message was really about going out and fighting, and we'll see if some young voters or some young leaders come out and run for offices, challenging some long-term and long-time incumbents. And we'll also have to watch and see if this turns into voters coming out to the polls, particularly in competitive races in battleground states come next year.
Avery Harper for us. Avery, thank you as always.